Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain For You. Sorry about the indoor videos here. I know you guys like it outside, but the days have been getting away from me. Things have been busy. So today's topic is going to be why consistency matters. Take a couple of breaths. Breathe in the clarity. Exhale the doubt. Breathe in the bravery. Exhale the fear. Breathe in the consistency. Exhale the, what's the opposite of that? Inconsistency. Not terribly creative, but you get the point. So why consistency matters? And what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about consistency of messaging to ourselves, to our brain. You know, this is a sales job. We're trying to teach the brain that the body's okay, that you're safe, the pain is not necessary. And so, I've used this phrase a number of times in the past few weeks. Consistent messages of safety. Right? So, let's say for, most of the day, you're doing pretty good. You're reminding yourself, reassuring yourself, hey, it's okay. It's just TMS. You'll be fine. And then, the end of the day, your pain spikes up and you lose your shit and you freak out. And you go right back to the catastrophic thinking, the fearful thoughts. What if the doctors missed something? Oh my God. Then the next day you're like, I'm going to get back on track. And for much of the day, you do pretty good, reassuring yourself. It's all just TMS, but then you freak out again. I'll ask you, how well do you think the brain is going to believe you the next day when you start telling yourself that you're fine and you're safe? It's not gonna buy it. And so if you're constantly going back and forth between I think I'm good and freaking out, the brain's always going to default to keeping you protected. And if the brain perceives danger, it's always going to default to safety. And safety means giving you the pain so you don't do something physically that the brain perceives as dangerous. Or if the brain perceives that going out and doing social things or driving a car or any number of things are dangerous, the brain's going to continue to give you the pain. So consistency really, really matters. You ever have a friend that used to like to play pranks on you and scare you? I did. When I was growing up, man, my friend John, he just loved hiding and jumping out and scaring people. And I'll tell you what, we could never trust him because he was always doing that. And it was all in good fun and a lot of laughter, but boy, a lot of lost heartbeats when we got the crap scared out of us. Now, it took a lot of years before we started to say, okay, he hasn't done that in a long time. Consistency matters. Even in relationships, for anybody who's dating or remembers that, somebody who consistently calls you and reaches out to you, you feel pretty good. Then all of a sudden, they don't for 3 days. They go dark. And then all of a sudden, they pick back up. They don't really give you an explanation. Well, our spidey senses go off and we start going, that didn't make sense. That made me uncomfortable. And now when they start, texting, calling, or whatever again, you start going, well, they're back on track, but I don't know. That still didn't make me feel good. And every time something unpleasant happens, we become more on alert. We see more red flags. So as this relates to TMS and teaching your brain that you're actually okay, that your body's fine, that's why I say, look, if you can't be indifferent, at least don't freak out. Because all freaking out does is confirm the brain's belief We are in danger, and the nervous system has to stay highly elevated. The brain has to stay super sensitive and vigilant. And, when you're freaking out, you're turning on the stress response, the fight, the flight, increased heart rate, blood pressure, breathing. That amplifies everything. The adrenaline, the cortisol, that amplifies everything. You think your pain's going to go down when you're freaking out? No. So consistent messages of safety are really, really important. And even if you can't be indifferent, that's okay. You don't have to get to the point of whatever and authentically not care whether you hurt or not. I know that's challenging. It's ideal if you can get there. It's very powerful to influence your pain level in the downward direction if you can get there. But if you can't, at least don't freak out. Right? At least don't freak out. Calmly reassure yourself that you're okay. Breathe. Relax your body. Get out of that tight, guarded position that we all get into when we're feeling pain. We literally want to relax our body. Relax our breathing. Fill our lungs. It's a sales job. You're trying to sell your brain on the fact that pain is not necessary because you're not broken. And the more consistent we can be, the faster the brain's going to get the message. If you're good for 6 days and you freak out all day on the 7th day, you're not helping yourself. And I get it. This stuff is scary. I get it. This stuff is very distracting. It pulls us away from living our life. And because we don't like pain, and we're not supposed to like pain, I'm not telling you to fall in love with the pain, but because we don't like the pain, we try to avoid it, and we avoid triggers, and we avoid all sorts of things. I did that video not too long ago about triggers. So consistency really matters in most things. If you're working out and you're trying to get fit and you work out 3 times a month, think you're going to be in shape? No, consistency matters. If you're eating well and you're eating well consistently, you're going to get, in shape faster than if you eat well for 3 days and you go on a binge for 2 days. Consistency matters. If you are in a romantic relationship and for most of the time you're pretty loving and caring, but every once in a while you lose your shit and you yell and call names and are verbally abusive, consistency matters. They're not going to trust you. We're trying to teach our brain that it's safe. What do you think freaking out does? The opposite. So again, step out of the freak out zone as much as possible. I know it's going to happen sometimes, but minimize it as much as possible. If you do, grab yourself, pull yourself out of the freak out zone, and reassure yourself that, hey, it's okay. We don't have to be perfect, but we do want to become as consistent as possible with the messages of safety so that the brain actually learns to start trusting us. And it goes with anything. Playing a musical instrument. You're going to practice 4 days a month and hope to get better? No, consistent. Even 4 days a month at like 5 hours for those 4 days, it's not nearly as good as practicing 30 minutes a day consistently. Consistency always matters. I don't know too many places where it doesn't matter. So what do you guys think? I'm not encouraging you to do anything crazy here. I'm just saying be more consistent with the messages of safety. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Tell me your experience here. And let me know. Share open, honestly. Are you the type who seems to be doing okay, but if the pain comes back, you just jump right back into the freak out zone? If so, you're not doing yourself any favors. Freaking out never helped anybody. Doesn't make you feel any better emotionally or physically. So how we respond to the pain is one of the most powerful tools we've got to influence it positively. shorten the severity, or lessen the severity and shorten the duration. So again, consistency matters. Let me know what you think. Comment below, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.